welcome to Lit Literature. I'm your host, Ryan Seacrest, and in today's episode, we'll be interviewing characters from Pride and Prejudice about their first impressions. Have you ever had a first impression that turned out to be incredibly off?
I never really have wrong first impressions about anybody.
Well, what about Wickham?
Well, I thought Wickham was one of those handsome soldiers like the ones in my days, but ever since he ran off with one of my daughters without my permission, disgracing our family name, who does he think he is? Obviously, everything I ever knew about Wickham, this man lied straight to my face about who my husband was, which caused me to have prejudice against him for so long before realizing who he really was. Honestly, I'm not even salty, because now I have my Darcy.
My first impressions are usually on point. Just look at Elizabeth. As soon as I laid my eyes on her, I knew she was no good. But it's not her fault, I guess. After all, she was raised with no governess.
Well, I'm not really one to judge, but if I had to say...
Daisy, look! Look at this letter from Caroline. She says she wants Billy to marry Georgiana instead of me. How sweet and thoughtful of her. Aww.
Caroline isn't the best sister-in-law.
Have you ever given off a bad first impression?
What kind of question is this? I leave great first impressions. Everyone loves me. My daughter Jane is so pretty. Charlotte's kind of plain if you ask me. And Mr. Bingley is definitely going to marry Jane.
No. Just look at how much of a gentleman I've been to the Bennets.
Sorry, I'm going to inherit the Longbourn land. Yeah, not really sorry. So if you don't mind, I'm coming to stay a couple of days to check out your daughters.
Yeah, I could have totally blagged Elizabeth, but she was playing hard to get, so I had to go for her best friend.
When I first met Elizabeth, I was kind of a boy. Not really, though. Just kind of.
So what do you think about Elizabeth?
Elizabeth is okay, at best. She's not anything special, and she's surely not good enough for me.
All right, man.
But it doesn't really matter now.
Nah, I'd like to think Jane and I got off to a pretty good start.
That is such a horrible question. Who came up with this?
How could I ever give off a bad first impression? I'm the first daughter to get married.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
If it's meant to happen, it will happen.
Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I want to marry you.
Of course I do. I liked Wickham the minute I saw him, and now look at us, we're happily married.
Of course I do. Girls are hot.
I don't think I can find another like my Louis. He was everything to me. But in all honesty, I don't think I see it happening for me anytime soon.
Is love even real?
Of course. Oh, I remember David, the colonel that still has the key to my heart.
So that'll be all for today's episode of Lit Literature. See you next time. Lit Literature. Today, have you ever had a first impression that turned out to be...
First met, goddamn. Start over.
Come